It's time for the Rhodell Lewis Show, brought to you by Donald Trimble Mortuary.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How you doing? It's Rhodell. Of course, we welcome you to One-on-One with Rhodell. My special guest today, Ronita McAfee. She has a wonderful, interesting story, to say the least. A woman that's speaking out about a relationship she had with a guy. Welcome to the show, Ronita.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's get right into it. You had a relationship with a guy. What took place?
I reacquainted with Craig Lamar Davis, on Facebook. He and I, we got our relationship started very quickly.
Got pretty serious, in other words.
Got pretty serious really quickly.
Okay.
And I later found out that he didn't come out and tell me, but what he did tell me was that he got a phone call from an ex-girlfriend that told him that she tested positive for HIV and that I should go and get tested as well. And being that the time frame hadn't elapsed for me to get an accurate test results, I was insisted upon him getting one, and he refused. And that initiated a spark in me to make me think that he may not have been telling me the truth about it. So I started doing my own little personal investigations, and I eventually filed a police report, and it was concluded that he was HIV positive. Okay. And we went to court, went to trial, and Clayton County. This was their first time trying this case, so it was a test for everybody. It was a challenge for everybody, trying to see how we can do this and try to get me my justice. And during all of the discoveries, found out that he tested. Had HIV, was diagnosed with HIV in 2005. And while going through all of this, there was also a lawsuit in Fulton County with the same allegations, HIV reckless.
With someone else? With
someone else,
okay.
Yes. And unfortunately, she tested positive for HIV. Thankfully, I'm negative, but yeah, he was found guilty in both counts with me. He had 2 counts of HIV reckless, and it's 2 counts, not my case and her case. I think a lot of people get that confused, think he was charged twice in my case. Yeah. It was HIV reckless, 2 counts, and they give 2 counts because the 2 ways that we engaged in sex. Yeah. So he got 10 years for the first count, and the second count 10 years to run consecutive to the first count, but it was suspended.
Now, the interesting thing about this story, I understand he was a minister, or he is a minister?
He was a minister, not a pastor. I know people use those words interchangeably, but he was a minister in several churches, actually. And he and I have never gone to church together, nor have I ever, visited a church with him, what have you, but yeah, he was a minister.
So you guys met on Facebook, which is, and I guess I want to make that clear, because a lot of times we do meet a lot of people on Facebook.
We do.
Social media is very powerful nowadays.
It is.
And it was interesting that you met him on Facebook. So I guess my question to you then is, after meeting him on Facebook and then finding these allegations along and then finding out that they were true, what was your standing at that point? What did you decide to do, you personally?
With regards to
getting yourself tested to make sure.
I get myself tested, and although I am out of the danger zone for contracting HIV from Mr. Davis, my mind just still doesn't rest. I still test. And I still have the anxiety when it comes to testing and that kind of stuff.
So you've been emotionally disturbed through this whole process then?
Throughout this, it's been a nightmare, and I'm still trying. And people think that because I got justice that I won. Justice and winning are not synonymous. Okay. I call myself winning every day. Every day that I can get closer to getting that peace of mind of adjusting to my new normal. Yeah. That's winning to me. Yeah. I'm not out of the dark yet. I'm still seeing a psychologist. I'm still, going through my counseling and still trying to, find that norm back, my normal.
So in hearing the story, which is very powerful, by the way, because a lot of times you don't know who you meet when you do meet people, thinking that everything is okay. What do you say then to our viewers to make them more aware? I know sometimes you can't with all the cautions you take. What do you say with your story? What do you say to people that may be in the same situation or have probably had a similar situation?
I would say to them first, get all the myths surrounding HIV and AIDS, they need to be debunked. People really need to be educated. I've learned so much, and I had to unlearn a lot concerning HIV and AIDS. And then in terms of testing, I don't want people to get so comfortable with the 10-minute, 20-minute testing that we do. They're not always accurate. And sometimes we can rest or become unguarded when we see that our spouse or our mate have tested negative in that. And the reason I say that is because although Mr. Davis was diagnosed with AIDS in 2005, as of last year, he took the little 10-minute test or what have you, and he was negative on that test. That doesn't mean, that's because he was undetected, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have it and he can still transmit it.
So the scenario, the justice of the story, everybody, make sure you thoroughly get tested.
Thoroughly.
And just know who you're dealing with, okay? Ronita, thank you so much for sharing that story today. And it was quite encouraging, and much success to you in the future as well.
Thank you.
Silky Smooth Complete, the answer to unwanted skin conditions, and it really works. I've been using it for over 20 years. Silky Smooth Complete. For more information, log on to RhodellLewis.com, or you can always email me at heyrodell@gmail.com.
When you've been hurt in an accident, it helps to have experienced, knowledgeable attorneys to help you in your time of need. For over 30 years, our office has been helping victims in auto and truck accidents or with work-related injuries. We resolve thousands of cases both in and out of court. So if you've been hurt and it wasn't your fault,
talk to Walt.
Talk to Walt.
Habla con Walt.
Talk to Walt.
It's Me Time Smooth Tasting Lemonade. For more Me Time Smooth Tasting Lemonade, contact Rodney Richardson at 678-699-6919. That's 678-699-6919. The Rhodell Lewis Show is also brought to you by Trimiva Commercial Cleaning. Contact Kamika Wright at 404-368-8732. That's 404-368-8732.
You're watching The Rhodell Lewis Show, brought to you by Donald Trimble Mortuary.
Hello, everybody. It's Rhodell. Of course, welcome to The Rhodell Lewis Show. We, of course, having another one-on-one, man. And what's interesting about it is it's my blood brother, man, talking to my blood brother. Our parents, of course, raised us 3 sons in the family, and we all, I was considered as a church boy. And my brother, of course, went on off to the service and things of that nature. I got my man here today, Steve Left Hand Lewis. What's up, man?
How you doing, my brother?
Big brother in the house.
Sir.
How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm great, man. Thank you for having me.
Man, you know what? We all had different journeys in our lives.
Yeah,
but
no doubt.
You went off to the service, man, on us, and things changed for you, though. Tell us about it.
Things changed. Well, let me say, first of all, to you, congratulations on your show, man. God is doing great things. And I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
I know Mom will be happy to, like, boy, these boys, like,
What are them children doing?
Yeah, what are them children doing? Talking about they on TV.
Okay.
Oh, have mercy. But anyway, man, back to the part about the service part. Yeah, I went into the military. Both of us, we both grew up in church.
Yes, Lord.
And started playing guitar when I was 4 years old, and I was at the point where I was just trying to get out the house. I was like, man, I can't do this church no more, man. Oh my God.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, a lot of us can relate. And went into the military, did my time in there, and came out and got on a ride when I came out of the military. Got introduced to a drug called crack cocaine, and man, it was a ride, man. I rode that train for 10 years, and lost everything, man. Lost my family, lost my house, cars, man, all the things, and which was of substance, man, and my family, man. It kind of took me down the road, and I got to a point where one January night, I remember clearly one January night, I said, God, by a dumpster. I said, God, if you deliver me from this crack cocaine, God, I'll tell it everywhere I go. You know, a lot of times we as a people, we got a tendency of doing mouth and lip service. But at that time, I had said that to God from my heart, and he heard my heart at that time. Yeah. And when I said from my heart, God, I can't do this no more. I need your help, and that's the key. When I said it from my heart, he did instantly, right there, delivered me from crack cocaine. And from a 10-year ride, man, a 10-year ride. And you know what? It's interesting. January gone, I celebrate 20 years of being delivered off of crack cocaine. And you know, God is so awesome, and he's continuously doing miracles because he gave me everything back, my family back, and just, oh man, I can't believe he has taken me from the dumpster to the pulpit. Yeah. Ain't God amazing?
Yeah, man.
God is amazing, man.
Amazing.
He's amazing, man.
I like to ride, man, because sometimes it just goes to show you, even in our testimonies, there are tests.
That's definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And because of those tests, we can now let the world know that even though you may have a test, whatever that test may be, you still can come out and have a great testimony.
Most definitely. It's the key is when you make up in your mind that you want to change. I don't have a problem with the steps in the program, but I know I didn't go through that process. So this was my bottom. Everybody has a bottom. Yeah. So the key is when you get to your bottom and you say from your heart that you had enough. Yeah. So I want to emphasize, everybody don't do it the same way, but I know I had enough. And my test was God saying, I can use you now. Yeah. Because you talking to me from your heart. He said, I can use you now. And from that day forward, man, I never looked back. And, you know, it was interesting. That wasn't the only test, you know, afterwards. But, you know, I'm going to let you talk, so maybe you want to run off into this.
I like the fact that you come out of that test where you can tell a testimony. Of course, our family is very musically inclined.
Most definitely.
A lot of singers in the family. I played drums, played bass. You and I played together at one point. Now God is, from you 4 years of age, you playing the guitar. You got a CD on your hand now. Oh, yeah. Called Second Chance.
Oh, yes.
God gave you a second chance, basically.
Gave me a second chance, man. He gave everything back to me. And from this CD, I'm telling my story of what I went through from the time of coming off of drugs to where I am now. This CD speaks to the heart, and I'm telling the story with my hand opposed to with my mouth. And this CD was birthed from my boy's mom, who passed from having cancer. After God delivered me from crack cocaine in '96, I moved to Atlanta, and in 1998, God called her home from cancer. And I got 2 boys that I had to become an instant single father, and they were 6 and 10 years old. So God put me in a position, and you know, because the devil will always try to work on you. Like, you see, he ain't with you, God ain't with you. See, I took your wife, but it wasn't about that. It was about the journey that I had to be upon. It didn't make me relapse, because when God does a thing, when he fixes a thing, it is a wrap. It is done. So it wasn't no going back or no relapse. It was just strengthening me for the journey. And with that journey, oh my God, man, I watched and seen some things where my 2 boys now, with the support of other family members and other friends, man, that where I am right now, God blessed me with a now wife, Margaret, that has supported me and put me and helped me in directions to where.
And your sons are in the service now.
Both of my boys are in the military, in the Air Force, and one has did 6 years and one has did 4 years, and I'm so grateful to them, man. And
well, that's why I wanted to bring him on. You know, these one-on-ones with Rhodell is key to our viewers, because I want you to hear those stories, man, because people have some powerful stories. And it may be somebody out there that's reaching you today that's been through the same, or been on that same train as my brother. Know that you can be delivered, all right, and set free. And because of that, man, God has turned things around for you.
Totally turned it around. And
if we had a little time, we'll do a little song for you, but they're trying to wrap us up, but that's all right. We'll come back at another time and sing. Look, man, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Love you, boy.
Love you too, man.
My brother, man. That's my blood brother. Silky Smooth Complete, the answer to unwanted skin conditions, and it really works. I've been using it for over 20 years. Silky Smooth Complete. For more information, log on to RhodellLewis.com, or you can always email me at heyrodell@gmail.com.
When you've been hurt in an accident, it helps to have experienced and knowledgeable attorneys to help you in your time of need. For over 30 years, our office has been helping victims in auto and truck accidents or with work-related injuries. We resolve thousands of cases both in and out of court. So if you've been hurt and it wasn't your fault,
Talk to Walt.
Talk to Walt.
habla con Walt.
Talk to Walt.
It's Me Time Smooth Tasting Lemonade. For more Me Time Smooth Tasting Lemonade, contact Rodney Richardson at 678-699-6919. That's 678-699-6919. The Rhodell Lewis Show is also brought to you by Trimiva Commercial Cleaning. Contact Kamika Wright at 404-368-8732. That's 404-368-8732.
You're watching The Rhodell Lewis Show, brought to you by Donald Trimble Mortuary.
It's Rhodell in the ATL. Rhodell in the ATL.
It's Rhodell in the ATL. We're exclusively backstage at the James Fortune live CD release. Live through it. You're tuned in. Keep it locked. James Fortune, the brand new CD, Live Through It.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you so much, man. We're really excited about it. First live recording and first double CD.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From I Trust You to Live Through It.
Yeah.
How we getting that, James?
Man, just a blessing. God's grace and favor. You know, I was just sharing with the group in the back, like, you know, sometimes you can have success and you start taking it for granted because it becomes familiar to you. But, you know, I never allow myself to get caught up, and I always reflect back on how, where it started from. With just a demo tape, singing around Houston, Texas with my group, and how God has now just blessed us.
Wow. And you know what's interesting about the blessings that God has blessed you with? Now you got your own radio show.
Yeah.
What's next for you, man?
Man, who knows? I didn't see that coming, so I'm like, I can't even predict what God gonna do no more. I just continue to serve Him, and I'm like, look, however you want to use me. I definitely didn't see that one coming, but it was something that I had filled in and things with Yolanda, so I love doing it, and it's been a blessing. It's been great.
You now are an exalter. So do people call you an exalter then? Or because you have your writing skills have it to where you illustrate as you perform.
Yeah.
Is that some type of exaltation type of?
Yeah, it's exhortation. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And how did that come about? Because really, Kirk Franklin kind of started that a little bit in the talking thing, but you really ministered.
Yeah. James Cleveland and Michael McAfee out of Houston, and Kurt kind of got it from them, and Kurt was one of my favorites, man, and I've always been a big Kirk Franklin fan, so even to have him be a part of this new CD to me to introduce us was just a tremendous blessing.
Well, just invite our viewers, man, to make sure they get the CD.
Yeah, I want to invite everyone to go out and get the brand new double CD from James Fortune and Fire. Live Through It, 20 tracks. Tasha Cobbs is on there, Israel Houghton, Isaac Cariz, Zacardi Cortez, Alexis Spite, so much more. I promise you, it's gonna bless you.
James Fortune.
My man Rhodell.
Mr. One-on-One, Zacardi Cortez.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? You the man, Doc. I'm trying to be like you.
you one-on-one it like nobody else's business, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, man. God is awesome.
Got a song right now that's just blowing up the charts. It's steady climbing the charts. Kerry Douglas called you the baddest singer in the world.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
God be the glory, man. I'm humbled by that.
So what's next for you, man?
Man, God is doing some amazing things, man. I'm working on the album with my family this year, and also my next album will be coming out next month in March. So, yeah, man, we just trying to do it big, man. We living through it with James. I was blessed to be on a couple records this year with my brother Ty Tribbett, Isaac Cariz, and James Fortune, and plus my own record. So, God is just moving with me, man, and I'm going to just keep bringing some good music, man.
What relationship is it with you and Pastor John P. Key?
That's my pops all day long. Yeah. I've been knowing him since I was 5, being raised by a single mother. Pastor Key took me in, he whooped my butt, he put me in line, put me in order. And, that's my daddy, man. Yes, sir.
Well, listen, Tell our viewers, once again, the name of your CD and when to expect it, or is it out yet?
It's coming out in March. It's called Reloaded. 101 is the leading single, and it's the #1 song right now in the country. So, man, we just pushing that song, and y'all make sure y'all hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, all that, Instagram. And, yeah, March, Reloaded, man.
LaCourtney Cortez. Remember that name.
Y'all
My
know
man.
who this is. Y'all don't know who this is. This Rhodell and ATL, man.
My man. And I'm telling you, man, we go way back.
Sir.
Isaac Curry in the building.
Yes, sir. What's up, huh?
Clean this house. I can't sing it, but
Man, I'm happy to be here, man.
You've been cleaning the house for a minute, man.
Man, praise God, man. Just humble, glad to be here. But tonight it's all about James Fortune.
Yeah.
You know,
Say, listen, tell us about that relationship, though.
Oh, man, he's one of my best friends, man. You know, like a real friend, not an industry friend, not a dude that just works on my record. I work on his record, but we're friends. Our families take vacations together, and I stay at his house when I go to Houston. He stays at my house when he comes to Atlanta, and we're family, man. So I'm so excited about him, man. You know, his album #1 on iTunes in Canada and in the United States already, and Lord willing to be #1 on Billboard next week.
Now, speaking of relationships, what is it like, though? Seriously, because a lot of times you don't hear much of that, where artists really get along.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a lot of industry friends, but I have a few. Ty Tripp is one of my closest friends. James Fortune, of course. Canton Jones, John Gray.
Yeah.
You know, I have a few more. You know, Lowell, of course, he's my brother, so I don't even count him. But you know, it's just good to have that camaraderie and that chemistry with your brothers who you can confide in, you can vent to, you can talk to, you can help one another through your struggles and through your shortcomings. So it's a good thing, man.
Share something with our audience, man.
Man, I just thank God just for being relevant, man. You know, as you stated earlier, I've been out here for a long time, 25 years for me, and to still be here 25 years later doing music, God still elevating my career and allowing me to write music and do music that people still love. I'm just grateful, man. I'm humble. I never take it for granted. God wants me, but he doesn't need me. There's always somebody else that he can use, so I don't take this platform lightly, and I thank God for people like you who are always the same, who always support, who always show love, and I just praise God for your viewing audience and your listeners, man, who buy the music, who request the music. Man, that stuff means a lot to me. You know, it's because of people like that allow me to have the lifestyle I have and be able to take care of my family and my responsibilities. And in return, I hope my music is blessing people and changing people's lives. So I'm humble.
Much success, man.
Thank you,
My man, Isaac Curry.
Yes, sir.
My man, Ken Jones in the house, everybody.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Good to see you, baby.
You're looking good, Doc.
Man,
Look, youth pastor.
Yeah.
Over at what church now?
New Hope Baptist Church, man. Yes, sir.
God is blessing, man.
And God is really doing some great things, man. I oversee about, I would say, 150 youth. Pastor Reese is our pastor. He's from England. He's from Wales, actually.
Okay.
And so I love the international feel of our church.
Yeah.
And God is really taking me to another place, man. So I'm happy.
I was going to say, so that kind of opened doors for you internationally.
Yes. So we're going, we got a couple international trips scheduled this year, actually. And, man, God is just opening doors, man. And my wife, and she's singing more, so they're getting the opportunity to see her. She's doing her, jazz, neo soul thing. You know, I'm always a man of the family. So since the last time I seen you, man, we got another baby. Another baby.
He is multiplying.
God is good.
So listen, the latest CD, tell everybody.
Well, it's a mixtape actually just dropped last week, man. We did it's a free CD called Lust, Drugs, and Gospel. Yeah, and it's something that for those pretty much who are struggling with lust and drugs, we offer the gospel. And so it's powerful songs on there. You will love it. Kids are gonna really love it. The streets love it. We did over 10,000 downloads the first week, and so we're just pushing from there, man. And our goal is to get it to every kid that may not want to come to church. We're gonna take the church to them. So go Google it right now, and we're getting ready for God City, USA, which is my next project.
I'ma stay.
Yeah.
I'ma stay safe.
Rhodell Lewis in the building.
That's E. Smith, doctor.
How you doing, sir?
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. Good to be seen. Better be seen and not viewed.
This is truly a preaching man here that are doing some great things. Tell us about the Wednesday and the Word that series you do.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. We started our Wednesday and the Word series back in 2006. In lieu of having revivals, our church was accustomed to having revivals for 5 nights. And what I discovered with Rhodell is, Monday through Friday, the people came one night. they may have come on Friday night. So I said to myself, since they're only coming once a week, let's just do it on the night when they're supposed to be there.
Okay.
And so rather than having it in 1 week, we decided just do 1 month and do it on each Wednesday, since most saints are supposed to be in church on Wednesday nights. And we decided to combine worship and word. And so we bring a powerful artist to minister our hearts through song, and a powerful preacher to preach. And so that combination of word and worship has been very powerful for us since '06. So we're excited about it.
You're being recognized all over the country now, from Macon now into the ATL. Man, I tell you, God is tremendously blessing you, man. So what is the vision for the House of Hope?
Well, the vision is just to hear from God. Our church is a multi-generational church, so we're one church that ministers to 5 generations. I believe that God has called us to be fishers of men, and all fish don't eat the same bait. So we believe in using different genres of music. We believe in ministry from the crib to the cemetery, making a difference in the community, and a relevant word, biblical preaching, welcoming environment, and trying to do 5-star ministry, and most importantly, keeping it Christ-centered. Sometimes ministries become more about us than Him, and so I believe that we make Him the focus, that He'll do the drawing.
So what do you say then to our viewers that would keep us on point, so to speak, as to when it comes to hearing the word, but then being doers of the word as well?
Well, I think we must understand that the blessings of our lives come through obedience. You know, obedience is better than sacrifice. And a lot of times we can speak the word, but until I incorporate the word in my life, there'll be no power, no efficacy. And so that's power when we stand on the word and offer our lives. We look to secular humanism or other ideologies, but never get where we need to be, because the power is on the word of God. You know, I believe that before heaven and earth will pass away, His word is going to stand. And so it's sure, it's secure, it's permanent. And so your victory is right there. God speaks to our heart through the word.
This is a powerful man of God, and just share a closing inspirational word to our viewers.
I want to say to those of you watching that whatever God has called you to do in your life, you be faithful, be diligent. Just because the vision is delayed does not mean it's denied. If God has given you an assignment, He'll complete it, He'll bring it to pass. And my personal motto is this: if you be good to God, God will be good to you. And if you'll stay small enough, long enough, God will make you big enough soon enough.
Pastor E. Dewey Smith. So listen, thank you so much for watching the show. We'll talk to you next week as well at the same time. But I want to leave this with you. Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. Keep in mind, if you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Until the next time, God bless you. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for watching The Rhodell Lewis Show.
For more information about the show or any guests, make sure you log on to RhodellLewis.com.